So, what if I told you that your body has a hidden power source? A kind of biological switch that's been hardwired into you from the very beginning. And no, this isn't about some new diet craze. We're talking about a really fundamental process that could completely change how you think about your own energy.
Let me just ask you this straight up. Is skipping a single meal the same thing as starving? I mean, it can definitely feel like it, right? You get that pang of hunger, and it's easy to think, oh no, my body's about to shut down.
And that feeling leads us right into this famous myth of starvation mode. You know, the idea that if you just miss one lunch, your metabolism just grinds to a halt. But what if I told you the reality is way less scary? And honestly, a whole lot more interesting.
Okay, to really get what's going on, I want you to imagine your body is like one of those really fancy hybrid cars. It doesn't just have one engine, it has two totally different fuel systems, and each one is designed for a very specific job.
So let's look at these two engines. First, you've got your gas engine. This thing runs on glucose, which is really just the sugar you get from the food you eat. It's super quick, it's easy to access, and it's perfect for that immediate burst of energy. But then, you've got the electric engine, and this one runs on a completely different fuel, your own stored body fat. It's efficient, it's clean, and it's built for long-term power.
Now here's the thing. In our modern world, with food literally everywhere, 24/7, we're almost always running on that gas engine. We eat, we refuel with glucose, we eat again. Our body almost never gets a reason to even try to tap into that powerful second system. It's like we're driving this amazing hybrid car, but we're only ever stopping at the gas station, completely ignoring the electric motor.
So you're probably wondering, how do we actually get to that second engine? Well, that brings us to the main event, the whole point of this, the process of actually flipping the metabolic switch.
The metabolic switch is that precise moment your body decides to shift gears. It's the point where it says, all right, the easy-to-grab glucose is running low. Time to transition and start using our onboard energy reserves. And this is not an emergency. This is a totally normal, built-in operating procedure.
So what does this journey actually look like? Well, it's a pretty simple timeline. It starts when you eat a meal. For the next few hours, you're burning that glucose. Easy. But after, say, 10 to 12 hours go by without any new food, that glucose tank starts to get low. And that's the signal. That's when your body flips the switch. Your liver gets the message, and it starts turning stored body fat into this awesome new fuel called ketones. And just like that, you've successfully switched engines.
You know, this is probably the single most important way to think about this whole process. This is not your body running on fumes. It's not about deprivation. It's about your body being smart enough to switch over to a different, incredibly efficient fuel source that it already has stored away.
Okay, so our bodies can do this pretty cool trick. But so what? Why is this suddenly such a massive topic in health and science? Let's dive into why this actually matters.
So why all the excitement? Well, for starters, ketones seem to be a really potent fuel source, especially for our brains. This switched state is also being linked to something called cellular cleanup, which is basically a process where our cells get to do some internal housekeeping and repair. But maybe the biggest idea here is something called metabolic flexibility. That's just the ability to switch between these two engines smoothly and efficiently. The more you do it, the better your body gets at it. It's a sign of really good metabolic health.
And here's the bottom line. Understanding the metabolic switch, it's not really about following one specific diet. It's about finally understanding the instruction manual that came with your own body. It's about recognizing that you were built with more than one operating system and just learning how to use both of them.
Which kind of leaves us with one final big question to think about. If we were all born with these two incredible engines, one for quick fuel and one for long-haul endurance, does it really make sense that we were designed to spend our entire lives only ever using one of them? Hey, if you found this explainer interesting, please do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us make more of these. And let us know in the comments what you want to see explained next. Oh, and P.S., tell your friends. Also, you should definitely check out our other channel. We explain all these same concepts, but as a caveman. It's a ton of fun, I promise. The link is down in the description.